Well, social proof is when people look to the actions and behaviors of others to guide their own decisions and actions. It's a form of social influence that suggests that if many are doing something, then it must be the right thing to do. So it's a way for people to seek validation and reassurance as they observe the action of others in a group. Social proof can come from experts in a particular field, a celebrity endorser, a longtime user, or a successful client, or someone you personally know or trust. What if you're just starting out in your business? What do you do if you don't have any of these things to begin with? How do you go from ground zero to 10K a month or more really quickly? Because I hear it all the time out there. You got to get likes, you got to get followers, you got to build this whole giant platform of people. And that's not true. Okay. I'm going to share with you here if you're an expert, if you're a therapist, if you're a coach, if you're an agency, if you're a consultant, and if you have any type of service, this is going to be really good for you. And if you're just starting out, it's really good for you because a lot of people have this belief that it takes forever and they have to write books or they have to create a podcast or they have to give stuff away for free so that they can get testimonials so then they can start making sales or they have to discount and cut their prices really low so that they can get people in so that they can get testimonials so that they can then raise their prices. But you don't have to do that. And I'm going to share with you why, how you can get over that without having any of that social proof. No testimonials, no things like that. How do you go from ground zero to making 10K or more quickly? It might be tempting to think that you need to fake it till you make it, but that's not the path that we're taking today. That's not what we're going to explore today. The solution to this challenge lies in crafting an absolutely irresistible offer, something so enticing that your audience will want to buy, even if no one else tries to convince them to do. And it involves three components, okay? A solid system, a proven strategy, and a presentation that makes potential clients see it as a no brainer to sign up. Let's first debunk the common misconceptions. Crafting an irresistible offer is not about stuffing it with countless benefits and features and more time and support and stuff like that to make it impossible for anyone to refuse, right? It's not about that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's about clarity. It's about focus and delivering genuine value as quickly as possible. Let's first talk about having a system in place. With this, the structure, the processes, and the methods that underpin your offer. It's the backbone of your service or your product, and it ensures that what you're delivering is consistent, it's reliable, and effective. With these proper systems in place, clients will know that they'll receive a consistent level of quality and value every time they engage with you and your offer. It allows you to deliver your service efficiently because everything is organized. And it also helps you manage your business more effectively too. And as your business grows, a system can be scaled to accommodate more clients without sacrificing quality and not having to put a lot more time into it as well. It also allows you to handle increased demand without overextending yourself. I talk about this a lot, the employee versus empire mindset. Our society trains us to be workers. We're trained to go to school, get good grades, get a good job, work, do. So then when somebody goes to start a business or they get certified in something or they have a great idea, they want to start a business around it, they end up creating a job for themselves. And then what happens because they've never been shown how to have a business, how to have a successful business that doesn't exhaust them because now they're not just delivering what the job that they're an expert in that they maybe have been doing for 30 years or so, right? They're an expert in doing that as a job, but everything else was taken care of. Now they have a business and there's so many moving pieces. Any business, you have to have clients. So any business that you have now, you're in the marketing business, and the sales business too. So there's all these components to get the right people finding you, calling you, and paying you, and then delivering the actual expertise, the job, right? So what tends to happen is people will then create a job for themselves, and then they get exhausted. They're overextended because they don't have those systems in place. Plus, having those well-defined systems, it also builds trust with the clients. so they can see that you've put thought and effort into creating a structure and a reliable process to meet their needs. And if you do comment, I'd love if you put your name because I can't see your name unless you put your name. So, yeah, if you're here with me live, you can put hashtag live. And if you're here with me on the replay, you can put hashtag replay. And also feel free to ask any questions if you've got any, if you're stuck anywhere, you feel like you're spinning your wheels in your business, feel free to put that in the comments, any questions you have around that, and I'm happy to answer those as well. And it can be during the live presentation or later. I'll get the notification and I can reply to it later as well. Anyway, let's continue. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go on to number 2. The next thing is developing a proven strategy. So we've got systems, strategy, and this involves the specific tactics, methods, and the approach that you use to achieve your client's desired outcomes. It's based on your expertise and your past successes in life, not just your particular field. Having a proven strategy works because clients are looking for results. That's all they're really after. So, with a clearly defined strategy, you can gain your client's confidence because they see that you can take them from where they are to that desired outcome that they're looking for. It leads to a higher client satisfaction too, since they can see the progress and understand the steps involved in achieving their goals. So, your strategy is also the thing that will set you apart from your competitors. And this is what makes you stand out in an otherwise crowded market. Let's face it, there's so much competition these days. And it shows that you're not just in the habit of making promises, but you're actually there to deliver. In essence, a strategy provides that roadmap for success, instilling confidence in both you and your clients that the desired outcomes will be achieved. Okay. Let's move on to number 3. So the third is your presentation. And I feel like this is the most important one for actually getting clients without the social proof. But you can't really have this presentation until you've got those other things because you have to pull from that to go to put into your presentation. I call it a valuable free offer, right? It's a lead magnet, whatever you want to call it. It's a valuable free offer. And a lot of people think, oh, I'll just give away a free session or I'll just give away a free something. That's not what you want to do. You want to create something that's going to allow you time freedom. Okay. It's going to position you as the go to against the competition. It's going to get the right people calling you and repel the people that you don't want calling you. It's going to also set them up for what you do and to communicate effectively what you do. There's so much that goes into it. It's a major strategy. There's a formula to it, when to say what, how to say what, specific words you need to use with your ideal client, which wraps around who you are, what your expertise is, who you ideally want to attract, all these things, right? And the results that you deliver. How do you develop a presentation that communicates the value around you and your offer to potential clients that are ready to buy now? Not next week, not next month, or next year. It involves the messaging, positioning, and marketing efforts that make your offer irresistible and it creates this instant authority. Plus, people have to know and trust you. And people think that it has to take forever. And like I said before, you have to create this whole following and I'll get all these likes and all this stuff. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to take forever. That's a really long road to be able to create that. People think, oh, I'm going to write a book. But the thing is, it takes as much time, energy, and effort to drive traffic to a book that costs $20 that someone may not read as it does to drive traffic and that same pipeline and funnel to get to something that costs between $3,000 and $10,000 for them to work with you, right? That gets amazing results, like life-changing transformational results that they really want. And charging that premium, a lot of people are like, oh, not everybody can afford that. But the thing is, it does them a service. It gets people to show up. It gets people committed. It gets people to do the work. It gets people to show up and listen to you and do what they need to do in order to get that result. If you're charging a low price, which a lot of people think is being of service and, oh, I can sell to more people, I can impact more people, it doesn't really do them a service because they show up that way. They might show up, they might not. And chances are you need them to show up and you need them to show up regularly and you need them to listen to you and you need them to do things in order for you to help them. So, anyway, back to the presentation, right? Your presentation should clearly articulate what your offer is, what problem you help them solve, and the benefits that your clients will receive. It clearly eliminates confusion and ensures that potential clients understand the value of working with you. An effective presentation also taps into the emotional needs and desires of your target audience. It should really resonate with their aspirations, with their pain points, and their goals, creating an emotional connection between you and the recipient of the message. Of course, you should also be able to anticipate and address potential objections they might have or hesitations that your prospects might have. And you do this when you do this, I should say, it provides reassurance and trust, knowing that whatever concern they might have in signing up with you has already been covered and addressed before they even speak with you. Finally, always include a clear and compelling call to action. We call that the CTA, that encourages potential clients to take those next steps, whether it's scheduling a consultation or making a purchase or signing up for your service or joining your Facebook group or whatever it is, right? What's that call to action that you want them to do? You're leading people where you want them to do. You're the expert, you're the guidance, right? But a lot of people, they might be an expert in what they do, but they're just not an expert in business. So they don't really see that part really clearly. And they're just posting to post. I was just talking to somebody the other day and she wasn't even clear on what she was offering, but she was posting to get clients. And I'm like, what are you posting? What are you posting about? She said, oh, I'm posting scriptures. I'm like, okay, how is that going to lead to somebody signing up with you? Like for me, it just doesn't make sense. But because again, she's been a worker her whole life, she doesn't really understand the concept of the strategy or how to lead people to her and stuff like that, which is fine. She's out there, she's learning, which is great. But she was wanting to, she wants clients in the next 8 weeks or something like that, or actually even sooner than that. I think it was like in a month from now, and I said, if you're out there trying to find all these pieces and learn through YouTube videos and all these things, it's going to take years before you get all the pieces to the puzzle. So if you want to cut time, even me has been doing this for 20 plus years. For me to take a client from just starting out to getting clients typically takes about 8 to 12 weeks of taking all the guesswork out of it. It's here's the code to crack the safe versus trying to crack the safe just listening to the dial, right? Like it's a huge difference. If you look up statistics on how long does it take for a business owner to become successful, it actually takes 50%, about 3 to 5 years to figure it out on their own, and the other 50% just get confused, overwhelmed, burnt out, and they end up quitting and going back to get a job. So, anyway, that's what I do with my clients. I eliminate the 3 to 5 year process. We cut that down to about 8 to 12 weeks because I've been doing it for so long. So, I can take somebody and hold them by the hand through the processes, through the exercises and say, "Hey, here's where you start. Here's the first step. Follow this map. Here's the next thing. Follow the next thing. Do that. Here's the next thing. Do that." And then by the end of 8 to 12 weeks, they've got their business. They've got everything they need to build out super profitable business that can make 6 figures plus. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. Uh, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, call to action. That's right. And then I veered off. All your posts, okay? You have to have this strategic when you're posting. It's just a waste of time if you don't know what words that resonate with your ideal client, if you don't know how to position yourself as the go-to, if you don't post your post in a specific formula, including a call to action. There's a whole bunch of different things that lead them into contacting you and to reaching out. If you're just posting to post, I feel like it's just a waste of time. But again, it could take years or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the justification is for doing that. But if you like posting and talking about anything, but if it's to get clients, just posting to post with no strategy is not going to work. Okay. So that it's not going to encourage potential clients to take those next steps, whatever it is that you want them to do. So anyway, in my case, I always invite my audience to watch my valuable free offer first. Okay. It's a master class. It's totally free so that they can have a clear picture of who I am and what I do, how I help my clients. And this is also to be clear about who I can and cannot help because I understand that not everyone is the right fit for what I have to offer and who I would ideally want to work with. It actually saves me and my prospects time from the very beginning. Even before they hop on a call with me, it's already clear who my offer is for. There's a science to this, though. There's a formula, like I said, and you need to know when and what to say and how long it needs to be, et cetera. It's just not some freebie that you give away. This is a process that I walk my clients through over weeks to craft their perfect presentation that gets the right people finding them, calling them, paying them on autopilot. The way it just saves so much time. That's all I can say. The way you present your offer, it's the bridge that connects your system and your proven strategy with the emotions and the decision making process of that potential client. And it's the final ingredient that makes them see your offer as an irresistible solution to their needs. Now, let's be clear about something. The framework for creating an irresistible offer is relatively straightforward. It's not rocket science. However, it's also not a quick fix. Simplicity doesn't necessarily equate to easiness. The steps involved in crafting an irresistible offer can be simple to understand, but they require dedication, effort, and strategic thinking to execute successfully. So, are you up for this challenge? Are you determined and resourceful enough to invest the time and energy required to create offers that can generate at least 10,000 a month or more, right, for your services? If you're ready for this journey, I'm here to speak with you to see if I can help. If we'd be a good fit to guide you every step of the way, or at least point you in the direction of someone else who can if we're not a good fit. That's all for today. Short and sweet. Just to recap real quick though, you can make an irresistible offer even if you don't have any social proof, if you have a system in place, a proven strategy that gets results, and a clear presentation that eliminates confusion, ensures that potential clients understand the value of working with you, that also automatically creates the know and trust factor. They will be lining up to buy what you offer consistently. I'll see you again next Thursday, either here on YouTube or in my Facebook group, which is called the Business Growth Blueprint for High Ticket Services That Sell. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Take care, everyone.